Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Jeff Francoeur, Matt Weiner in a moment. Well, the Astros take game one of the series. In fact, they've won the first three of the postseason. It's clear postseason experience is on their side.
Yeah, the experience won out yesterday, and that offense for the Astros showed up, and that's what they needed to get this. And it all started at the top of the lineup with George Springer. 4 hits, Carlos Correa, all-star shortstop, down year, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. And for them, the 1 through 6 hitters, their core guys, 14 for 28, 8 runs and 9 RBIs yesterday. Dusty Baker will tell you this offense is how we're going to win this series. We'll see what they can do in game 2.
Well, keep in mind, the Oakland A's lost their first game of their last series against the Chicago White Sox. They lost game 1 of this series. Sean Manaea is on the mound today, and it's not a must-win, but it's a big start for him.
Yeah, we saw Bassett step up in the wild card game in game 2. Manaea needs to do that for them today. Had a great September, went 4-0 with the 1-2-1, and had really been throwing the ball well. For him, he's got to find a way to keep the ball down today. We saw the power of the Astros offense yesterday.
Framber Valdez on the other side. He was big time in relief for the Astros. Now he gets the start in game 2 against the Athletics.
Yeah, he was. He had that sinker working through 5 great innings coming in for Greinke to get the win. But, Don, now this is his first postseason start. Going to be amped up. We'll see if he's able to keep the ball down and keep this Astros lineup off balance.
With more, let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Matt Weiner.
Hello, fellas. To some extent, the pre-series script for this ALDS has already flipped. Remember, the A's had the 4th best ERA in the American League in the regular season, but they gave up 16 hits in game 1, many of those scorched, and 3 home runs, while their bullpen, the best in all of baseball during the regular season, allowed 7 runs, although 4 of those were unearned after the Marcus Semien error. Contrast that with the Astros. Their bullpen was considered a question mark coming up, but through 3 games now, they've pitched nearly 15 innings without allowing a single run, while opposing batters are just 3 of 43 against them. It's very possible that if the ball continues to fly here at Dodger Stadium during...
So we check out the Houston Astros starting 9 for Dusty Baker. It's George Springer leading it off again. What a game. He had 4 hits yesterday. He's in center. Jose Altuve at second base. Michael Brantley, the veteran, is the DH today. Only change, really. Alex Bregman is at third base. Kyle Tucker's in left. Carlos Correa is at shortstop. Adelia Gurriel at first base. Josh Reddick is in right field. And Martin Maldonado out of the 9th spot doing the catching. And it's Sean Manaea on the hill today for the Athletics.
Yeah, Bob Melvin turns to his big lefty for game 2 to get a win. Got off to a slow start this year. Next 7 starts was really good. Great in 5 September starts. He's going to throw a fastball, changeup, the occasional cutter. Something to pay attention to. Don hasn't pitched in 12 days. So we'll see how sharp he is out of the gate.
The alternate unis today for the Oakland A's. They're the home team here in game 2. Here's George Springer to lead off game 2. 4 for 4 in yesterday's game. Had 14 home runs during the regular season. Loves playing at Dodger Stadium. As Manaea is ready, the first Semien about to lead it off. He is the shortstop with Tommy La Stella at second base. Chad Pinder getting the start at third base, and he bats third. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Mark Hanna is in left with Chris Davis, the DH. Matt Olson at first base. Sean Murphy does the catching with Ramon Laureano in center, and Stephen Piscotty gets a start in right field. So it's on to the bottom of the first inning. Marcus Semien to lead it off here. Had a couple hits yesterday, and he will face Framber Valdez.
Yeah, and you see his pitch usage relies heavy on that sinker, and maybe his best pitch, that big curveball. Look for him to try to get a bunch of ground balls today. He's led the AL with 114 ground balls this year. Pitched outstanding in his 5 innings of relief in game 1 of the ALDS, or